Yo, what is up, people? You're back at again for Choices Podcast number 55. And today, I got another comedian friend here, Bilaal Swain. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Let's go. How many times does that shit get butchered?
Over the course of my life, probably like three.
3 times? Oh, wow. That's not bad at all then. Okay. But, so this is a spur of the moment podcast. This wasn't planned at all until last night. You came up to me and you were just like saying, hey, blah, 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 watch your stuff, good shit. And then we scheduled for today because you were doing something crazy. You are moving to where?
Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. And now, is that because of, like, kind of like the flood to Austin where, like, you know, that's when you go on YouTube and you watch podcasts or just listen to the comedy world, it seems like Austin or Texas in general is going to be a new hotspot for comedy. Is that why you're going there?
No, actually, I had planned on moving there before all this. Like,
okay.
A few years ago, I was working, and I randomly, like, I was, like, having a really shitty day, so I randomly just decided to just drive to Texas that day.
That's
I called up
fucking
my
weird.
best friend, and I was like, hey, you want to just go to Texas? He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, now. And we just drove straight to Texas
That's
that
awesome.
night. Yeah, and I stayed in Austin. It was honestly my favorite city I've ever been to.
Damn. Really? I've never been to Austin. I've been to Amarillo. I think that's how you say it. Amarillo. And there's like, they got buried Cadillacs. It wasn't that nice, honestly.
Oh, really?
It wasn't that. They had this fucking largest steak in the world or whatever. But,
Wait, hold on. Wait, largest steak in the world?
yeah, it was supposed to be like, how many ounces? It was probably like 8 pounds or something. I think it was like a competition. And they advertised it as like, if you eat it, you get it free.
Okay.
But I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember we went there to go do it, and then there was like a catch, and we're like, fuck. So we didn't end up doing it. And then we just ate some like pretty mediocre food.
It was good. What if you got there and then you like looked in the back and you saw a bunch of elephants there like wrangling them and like, oh, what the fuck?
They're cutting up elephants back there. That's probably what they are doing in Texas. All I know is that Texas had beautiful women, fucking lovely voices. The way they talk to you, I know when I'm searching for my wife, I'm going to Texas to find your wife. Is that what your plan is too? Are you trying to find your wife in Texas?
I mean, I'm not trying to, but maybe I'll find a wife in Texas if all that music is telling the truth.
It is. They're fucking, I don't know why, but they're shaped like, they're just fucking voluptuous over there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, you'll see it. So back to you. So I honestly don't even know much about you. We've seen, because I'm still new to the game. I've seen you like a handful of times. We talked, but I don't even know much about you. So I want to get to know you. How long have you been doing stand-up?
It's been almost 4 years now.
4 years? Oh, damn. So you've been doing it for a minute now. What? I mean, compared to me, I've only been in this shit a month. So, like, to me, that's a minute. That's a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
What got you into it? Were you just, like, always been wanting to do it? Or did something inspire you to just fucking, hey, man, maybe I want to do this?
I'd always wanted to do comedy. Like,
yeah.
Everybody would always be like, hey, you should do comedy. And then I tried it, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this.
That's cool. That's funny because, honestly, like, as everyone can tell, you're very quiet. You know what I mean? You're like, you got a low tone voice. You're just like very, I don't know. You're like very internal kind of seems. And then I've seen you go on stage and then you have some bits where you're just like super out there and you're just like, you're crushing it. It's fucking hilarious, but it's just not what I would expect. Honestly. I don't know. The first time I met you, you were in the crowd and I even pointed you out and I was like, this motherfucker's not laughing. He hasn't laughed the whole show. Are you okay? And I didn't hear you say anything. And I was just like, okay. I was just like, what the fuck?
Okay, so before oh, fuck.
No, you're fine.
Fuck
that thing.
Before I ever started, I would go to watch. Like, I was going to New Way and just watching. And I'd be, like, sometimes the only one in the crowd.
Okay.
And everybody would be looking at me, and I'd be fucking dying laughing, but they couldn't hear me laugh. So they think they were bombing and just getting their own head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't ever want to do that. So. But
that's something you just can't control. You're born with the fucking silent laugh. It's fucking weird. It's weird because after the next time I saw you, you were like, you have me cracking up, blah, blah, blah. I was laughing the whole time. I was like, wait a minute. I did not hear you laugh one time. So it's just, I don't know. It's me. If something makes me laugh, I'm screaming. Like I'm howling. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting at with that.
Yeah, I'll laugh audibly sometimes. Like
it just has to be good.
No, it's not because it's good or bad. It's just like everything I do physically is on purpose. I have to think about it. I might be like autistic or something. I'm not sure.
Probably. I mean, there's probably something with that. I mean, we had Zach up here. He took a test. 95% says he has Asperger's, and I think it's true.
Did you check his ass?
Yeah, and there was burgers underneath of his ass. Burger King, McDonald's, In-N-Out, Five Guys. There's all that shit. I'm not worried about it. But are you still gonna be pursuing your comedy career when you move to Texas?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's cool.
I got a couple shows coming up next week in New York.
Oh shit, let's go.
That, Texas.
Are they at clubs?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. I want to do that one day in the future. I'm still working here. But when is do you know about Joe Rogan's like comedy club? Because I think it's in Austin, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be opening one. I saw.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that happens soon. Is going to be sooner or later?
I think so, because apparently he got like some of the staff from the Comedy Store to go with him.
Oh, he fucking stole the staff. That's awesome. I want that power. You're just like, come with me, motherfuckers. You just bring them here. The man, what else you got? What else do you do besides stand up? Do you do YouTube or?
I like to draw. That's pretty much. I like to
draw.
Read. Yeah.
That's awesome. You got like, do you sell the shit or do you just do it for yourself? I paint on the side.
Oh, you paint?
I'm not a Picasso or anything, but I'll paint some weird shit for sure.
Yeah, a lot of drawing I just would do for me, but like I recently started trying to dip into animation too.
Oh, okay, with like Adobe or something like program with like yeah, because you're not drawing animation.
There you are. Yeah, every frame. Like that's the kind I'm doing anyway. I'm sure other people are doing other types, but yeah, I'm working on a music video right now for Brett. His band.
He's in a band?
Yeah, he's in like 2 bands.
Like what kind of music?
Rock, I guess I'd say.
Rock? Damn, I would never think he would be in a rock band.
Really?
You were talking about Mustache, Brett.
Yeah, Brett Solferino. Yeah, he's awesome.
I don't know. If anything, if he was in a band, I would think he's more of like acoustic country, like singing to your girl about the fucking cornfields and shit.
No. He's like
rock.
Like rock.
Because this motherfucker, you guys don't know Brett. He's never been on my podcast, and he's got this long ass curly mustache like the Monopoly Man. I think Monopoly Man had a mustache. Maybe the Pringles guy is a better analogy. But what got you I don't even know, man. What got you drawing? Like what is it just a fucking cuz I don't know what got me painting either. It's kind of just like a feeling. Everything I do is based on feelings and shit. Like I'll just be like drawn to weird things like comedy podcasts. You said you read. I read a lot too. Just a lot of weird stuff that has just been teaching me about my life and stuff. I don't know. That's a bad question.
Yeah, I don't get the question. Right?
I don't get the fucking question.
I mean,
let's just fucking move on.
Art is
Fuck
supposed to make
shit.
you feel something, right?
Fuck shit.
That's the point of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always drawn. I've drawn since I can.
Are you good?
No,
Are you
I
good?
suck. I kind of suck.
I think most people suck. That's fine.
But I kind of like things that suck more than I do like polished things when it comes to like art and shit. Cause like, fucking like if I'm listening, I listen to a lot of like blues and shit, and you can hear them like fuck up and then just keep going in the song, and that's the song they put out.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like I appreciate that more than I would if they like fucking just had it perfect.
Yeah, cause I do the same. I don't necessarily listen to blues, but I like a lot of jazz. Like if I'm trying to get creative, or like if I'm trying to write or even just edit, I'll have jazz on in the background because personally there's no vocals, or at least usually there's not a lot of vocals. So just the instrumentals like get into my soul, and like they really get my creative juices flowing, if that makes sense. Like I can't throw on like a hip hop song to get me in the creative state for some reason, but jazz like will literally just fucking tap into my brain different, and I'll just start just fucking burning through pages. Does that happen to you with the blues?
Yeah, like I'll just throw some shit on, but there's jazz and blues are like very related. like intertwined. Like there are some things where it's like both, but I don't
Yeah.
want to just veer off like in a completely different direction. But
Whatever.
have you covered the lizard people conspiracy on here?
Maybe a little bit like when I first started,
Okay.
but you're talking about like Justin Bieber. You're talking because you know Justin Bieber's supposedly a lizard
He
too.
doesn't really look too lizardy to me. I've seen more like Zuckerberg in them.
Have you? But I think he's had like you seen like the news clip where his eyes did the thing like the.
Oh, a lizard
He
thing?
did the lizard thing.
Huh.
Him and like Miley
Well,
Cyrus.
okay, so like it's supposed to be shape shifting lizard people though, right?
Yeah, I
So
think
like
so.
I was thinking like if they're shape shifting, like you wouldn't be able to see it. You just
No.
know how they like from how they acted.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who act kind of lizardy in my
Mm-hmm.
own personal life, and it's making me kind of nervous.
Hmm. That's interesting. I think that it's possible. I think that the lizards run our country. Is that what we're getting at here?
Maybe not run the country. I don't think they'd be capable
Why
of
the
it.
fuck?
Like
What?
I don't know. I walked out like I went to go visit my friend one time,
Uh huh.
and I was walking up, and I looked, and he was just laying on a rock in the sun, and I
Hmm.
was like, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, that's probably a little lizardy. The real, you know, I don't get conspiracy. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't get conspiracies like that. Conspiracies like lizard, flat Earth. Well, am I crazy? When I look up in the sky, or when I look up in the distance, I see a fucking spherical shape. But maybe I'm just fucking crazy and the world's flat. But like, where do these people come up with these like the lizards? I don't fucking know. Do you have anything else about? Convince me the lizard people are real. You brought it up.
Let me see. Okay.
What
Yeah.
else is there to prove?
I don't know. I think like okay, you ever go to Florida?
Yeah.
I think everybody in Florida is secretly a lizard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where that's like their mecca. That's like
Yeah. That makes sense. It's hot. It's warm. It's moist. They got all the humidity. They got all the bugs to eat. They have alligators. They're blending in with the alligators. They're blending in with the snakes. There's a problem. Invasion of snakes and alligators over there. You know what I
really.
mean? Yeah, really. They're taking over the ecosystem.
I was saying like because there's a lot of old people in Florida. If they get tired of like keeping the human form, they can just put on like a suit and nobody know the difference because the skin is already so baggy
Yeah.
that they'll just assume, oh, that's another old person when it's really
Okay.
a lizard person that couldn't afford, to get their skin tailored.
Now, is it like hermit crabs where they can, once old person's skin dies, they can just go into another human shell? Do you think it's like that, or do you think the reptile inside of them, the lizard inside of them, dies with the body? Do you know what I mean? Do they move on
Huh.
body to body?
Maybe they could move body to body. I
I
never
think
really
they,
thought of that.
I think they could, and I think that's why they run our government. It's because they've been here since day one, and they're just moving body to body, keeping the
Yeah.
knowledge.
What if it's not even a body? What if it's just a lizard's soul and it can just like hop from body to body?
Yeah.
They have like some kind of ritual where they all gather around you in black cloaks and then they put a lizard soul into a young virgin.
The young virgins, you definitely have to be virgin. They probably do that at the Bohemian Grove. Have you heard about that shit?
Yeah, I have.
Dude, I don't know about that. That seems like too legit for me. Like all the other conspiracies, that one seems legit. Like they're worshiping owls? Owls? And that's probably where it happens. They bring they bring the virgin up in front. They're all worshiping, and then they internalize that lizard soul into that virgin, and that's how Jesus was born.
Huh.
I think we're really coming on to something
We
here.
might be onto something because I was thinking they use virgins because like lizards don't want to risk having STDs.
No, they don't.
Because like you don't want to scratch yourself and you forget you have lizard claws and you're like, oh shit, I just cut myself. Oh, I need to find a new body.
New body, got AIDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need AIDS.
I heard lizard AIDS is especially bad. Like it'll.
Yeah, it's not just like in humans. It can go, it's like in the air. It's airborne. Lizard AIDS is airborne. You know what I mean? So it's like COVID where you get cough and then 15 minutes exposure, boom, you got lizard AIDS. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what to think about these lizards. Supposedly Miley Cyrus is a lizard too. And I think it's true because the older she gets, her voice is changing. Have you heard her recently?
I haven't.
You haven't heard Miley Cyrus recently?
No.
Holy shit. I don't think we can pull it up today. I wish we could. She has like a, think of Waffle House waitress, smokes a lot of cigarettes, works the night shift. So she's fucking tired, man. So it's like very strange. It's very strenuous. Like, I can't even do it well because I don't smoke enough cigarettes to do it. Like, I wish we could fucking pull it up. You haven't heard her voice yet?
No, I don't follow Miley Cyrus a lot. But,
That's a shame. Did you watch Hannah Montana as a kid?
No, I didn't have cable. I was watching like Arthur and shit.
Arthur? I can fuck with Arthur, but, you know, sometimes you need to throw on a little Miley Cyrus. I didn't mind the Hannah Montana. My uncle would come in. He would call me gay. He'd be like, stop being a little faggot. That's what he would tell me.
Oh, he call you a faggot?
He'd call me a faggot.
Oh, that's not nice.
No, it was fine. I can take it. I can take it.
I would've
I know
cried.
my sexuality. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if I took a test, no more than 10% fag. No more. I'll give myself 10% leeway. Okay?
All right.
But 90% straight. And I think it probably comes from the Hannah Montana. Watching the Hannah Montana when I was a child probably made me just a little bit leaning to the left a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't know, you're not feeling it?
No, I can get behind like you like in Hannah Montana. Like I probably would have loved it if I had
Cable.
access to
I'm
it.
sorry, man. I didn't mean to bring up trauma of your childhood.
Yeah,
with
sometimes
the
I
cable.
would look at a wall and then that would just be my day. That's
Really?
possible. Yeah. Sometimes you find a new divot that you didn't know was there, and you're like, oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Dude, that sounds really boring.
What would you do if you were fucking a girl in the ass and she farted, but the fart went into your dick hole and inflated it like a balloon and it just exploded and your dick was gone forever?
I would probably sue her. I would first call some sort of Jewish descendant and ask him for legal advice. Be like, hey man, this bitch just blew up my dick with the fart. Is there anything in our judicial law system that can play to my advantage here? Or am I just double fucked?
It'd be hard to prove, though. How would you prove it?
I film all of my sexual interactions just as a safety net. So, like, if I get exposed from somebody that I fucked, I'll post the video, the full video, you know what I mean? So I have video evidence that she blew my dick up. But I wouldn't just leave my blown up dick on the bed sheet or in the motel, wherever we are. I'm gonna scoop it up and take it as evidence. And then if I'm fucked and there's nothing I can do with the law and I can't sue her or nothing like that, these days people will turn their vaginas into dicks. So I'm sure I can get some sort of surgery to get my dick back. Don't you think?
Maybe in the future they'll find a way to like have like a prosthetic dick that you can feel.
I think aren't we already there?
Are we?
Man, transgenders, they turn nothing into dicks.
But you can't feel the dick, can you?
I
don't
think
know.
you can. So the only reason why I say I think you can is because what would be the purpose if you can't feel the dick? You couldn't come, you couldn't fuck, you couldn't do anything.
It'd be like you know when people always want a thing, but then they get it and they're like, what now? You know, like in Finding Nemo when they got onto the thing and they were in the bag and they're like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, have you heard me say this bit? I'm working on this bit about a transgender that turns his dick into a vagina.
I did hear that. And then turns it back.
And then turns it back into a dick. That's like the same thing we're working on here.
All right, let me see.
I think that they can implant they can take nerves or something. They gotta have feeling, or else people just wouldn't be doing this.
No, they would.
You think?
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
people would be doing it. You kidding me?
People would be doing it. You know, so Steve Kaz, when he was on here, we were talking about the double dick. If somebody didn't want to turn their dick into a vagina, they just wanted another dick.
Okay.
And then they had two. And he was like playing drums with it or something. Do you think that that's possible? I don't
know if you because I know you could probably divert like the blood, like to branch out like you could have like a slingshot.
Slingshot.
Or,
Oh.
yeah.
Damn, and you would never even need to carry around your slingshot. You would just whip your dicks out when they're.
Yeah, you don't need a gun or anything. You just be like, hold on a second, and like have like a double in, like a Chinese finger trap, but a condom, and put it on both, and then you just pull it back. And
David and the Goliath. We're gonna write a new David and the Goliath, where he just shoots him with his transgender dicks. Yeah, that's fun. I don't even I don't get there's a bunch of like hate in this world, right? And people hate on transgenders, people hate on gays, people hate on everybody. What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, I don't care. Turn your dick into a vagina and then let me fuck it. Like, that's the vibes I'm on. That's the vibes I'm on, man. One day, I was in LA one time, okay? I was at a birthday party. We're in this club, we're dancing. There's this fine-ass Asian woman grinding up on my dick. And I'm getting it. I'm like, My friend taps me on the shoulder. She says, Noah, she's transgender. And I'm just like, oh shit. So I let her finish the dance and then I move away, okay? The reason why I tell you this is because, dude, you can't tell these days. Have you ever had anything like that happen? You can't tell these days. And honestly, the more I think about this a lot, because I'd like to try to get my morals right. So I think about this a lot. I think transgender pussy might even be better than normal women pussy. It's new. It's probably tight as shit. It's surgically made to be perfect.
Well, when my grandparents, like I think my my granddad said they got a new knee. They got like their knee replaced, and the knee replacement was better than the knee their entire life. Their whole life.
That's like where I'm getting at.
I should have had this done.
That's where I'm getting at.
So, by that logic, I think you might be onto something, dude.
And there's really no way to test it without testing it. So if there's any transgender people in the comments, let me fuck you. And then you'll see. Is that wrong to say? I don't think so. I think that's showing love. I think that's showing companionship, acceptance. You know, if we all just start fucking transgenders, then they'll eventually be so accepted in our society that it's just normal.
Well, I don't think they have any problem fucking as is. Like every transgender person I know has no problem fucking. But to add to your thing about like people they hating on everybody, I think like hating on people is a distraction from how shitty your own life is. So
yeah,
it's easy.
That is true.
It's fun. It's like cooking or something. Some people bake. Some people hate on people. It's awesome.
That is true. I wonder what happens to those people. Why did they fall into this trap or this negativity? Like they have just as much potential as you and I. Like you can do shit with your life too. You don't just have to sit back and hate. You can do shit. Like somebody today DM'd me and they're like, "You look like a cop." So I text them back, said, "You look like the cheese under my balls." and it's just like, what is wrong with these people? It's just like, why are you hating? My thing had nothing to do.
I think hate, like, because everything else you need, like, if you want to draw, say you need like a sheet of paper, pencil, you want to bake, you need an oven. To hate on people, you don't need anything. You just be there. You just need your brain.
And barely your brain. Barely. You're just barely functioning. Maybe we need to start a program for them. Like a program they can join. Make the world better. Make the world even better. I don't know. Probably not. Should we just let them rot?
Haters Anonymous?
Haters Anonymous. I believe in that shit. I've been to NA. It helped me. I wouldn't be here without NA. So maybe HA. What up? Hi, everybody. My name's Noah, and I'm a hater. And then you go into detail about your recent hate stories. I recently called this up-and-coming comedian a cop. This happened. I kicked my grandma because she wasn't baking my cookies right. I don't know, some dumb shit. I think it maybe work, or should we drop that one?
Oh, I think it would work for sure. Like, honestly, it'd probably be a nice outlet Just let it all out.
Let it all out, man.
Yeah.
It's a full bladder of hate. What else is on your mind, man? How's you been doing?
I've been kind of, I don't know, I've been having trouble sleeping.
Trouble sleeping.
Yeah, I'm kind of an insomniac.
Damn.
Ever since I found out, did you hear about that guy that got attacked by an octopus in Australia like a month ago? Yeah, apparently a guy is in the water or some shit, and he got beat up by an octopus.
Beat up.
Beat up by an octopus.
So when you say beat up, what, did he get punched? Did he get choked?
He got punched by an octopus and it kicked his ass. Apparently.
Was he in the water?
I think so. I think he was trying to like take pictures or something.
I don't fuck with octopus. They have so many appendages. They can just wrap you up, choke you out. It's like Masvidal. It's like he's gonna fucking get you. Khabib.
Knee you in the chin.
So that keeps you up at night? Is just
dude,
knowing
like,
that an octopus... Why?
Deep sea creatures freak me out, man. Like a lot of them, you know, the ones that look like you like a fistful of cum you just flicked in the water.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that's a living thing.
Yeah.
Like that shit bothers me. Like, how do you get beat up by something that doesn't have a skeleton?
Okay, I mean, I agree, but we're on land. We're on land. We don't have to worry about that, baby.
They're coming for us, man. Like, if we don't do something now, it's gonna be too late by the time we do.
It's like Sharknado. Remember Sharknado? My cousin, she was obsessed with that shit.
Sharknado?
She started going downhill after she started watching Sharknado.
You ever see the movie Ghost Shark?
No. What's that about?
It was like one of those sci-fi channel movies, but it was like a shark that would appear in any water you have. So like, there's a thing where the kid is on a slip and slide. No! A ghost shark eats him. Like a puddle of water, just like a fin.
What the fuck? This is actually a movie that somebody made, man.
Yeah.
That gives me hope in my movie career. If somebody can let that movie be made, an idea I have will be fucking perfect. I had this one idea for a movie. It was about grandparents. It was about it was like they're growing old and they're about to die, and they're trying to find any way possible to get young again. And so they do all these heinous crimes and these nasty activities, and they end up drinking baby blood, and it works. I'm still working on the ending, but that was like kind of the plot of the movie. I think it's something there. Like I was thinking about it because I was watching the Wolf and the Vampire movies, and like the vampires, they suck the blood to stay young and immortal. And I was like kind of getting with that whole thing, like maybe these old people become vampires and they have this potential.
Dude, that is a great idea.
I don't know if it's great.
I think it's great. Like, if you ever want help writing it,
I don't know if it's great, but I think I'm definitely working with something, and maybe we can even throw in lizard people at this point, because like maybe they run into a group of lizard people, they're dying, and then we find out how the lizard people find their next body. I like it. We may be working with something. Hey, it's probably gonna be better than Coming to America 2. Oh
yeah, that movie. Like, I watched it when it came out. I'd watched the first
of
one
course.
again.
Yeah.
And it was all right.
I agree with you. It was all right. It's pretty much the same movie, but not as good. You know what I mean? Like, it was like the same. They didn't really veer off track at all.
Well, no, my main problem was that there weren't any titties in the new one.
Okay, that's a big problem.
Because the whole reason I would watch it, I had it on DVD when I was a kid. The whole reason I would watch it is because there were titties in it.
Yeah. Was that your first tits you saw?
I think Airplane. Well, not Airplane.
Dude,
yeah.
that was my first tits.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Movie tits, yeah.
Yeah.
It was PG.
Dude, those were my first tits too. I was in the back of my mom's car driving up north with my friend Max, and we just kept replaying that shit. Just fucking, because she's like, fucking good pair of tits too, man. Okay, let's write that down. Boom. We got to add a pair of tits to that movie that we're going to make.
But not old people tits.
No old people tits.
Or maybe old people tits. I haven't seen a lot of old people tits.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen old people tits.
I just imagine they look like my balls look.
Okay.
But like, if each ball had its own sack, that's what I picture old titties looking like.
Yeah, I've seen pregnant tits. Not good.
Veiny.
Veiny. the nipple is protruding. Like it's like almost like there's too much of something in there, and I think that something's milk. But like it's very loaded, and it would take just a little bit of convincing for me to suck on it.
Would you drink human milk though? Like if someone gave you a glass,
I would at least take a sip.
What if it was chocolate? Like they put like chocolate syrup in it, and then they made like chocolate milk.
When I was a kid, I thought that the left was white milk, and then the right was chocolate milk.
Okay.
It's not. That's not the case.
Why would the left be white milk?
I just thought. I don't know. I just thought one or the other.
Okay. I thought there was some kind of circulatory thing going on.
No, I don't know why I thought that. I just remember talking to my aunt, and she was telling me that that's not the truth, and I was just like, well, where does chocolate milk come from? Because I see it in stores. It's right next to the white milk. Like chocolate cows. It's not real. They just add syrup to it.
I remember when I was a kid, I read this book about there was this family, and their dad was like super rich or something. They built an underground bunker, and then he said like, oh shit, the end of the world is happening. We need to go in this bunker for the next 15 years because of nuclear fallout and whatever. And they're in the bunker, and then he had like an apparatus so that they could drink the mom's titty milk.
Ooh,
and like,
I like
not
that.
wasting their resources. And they're in there for like years and years, and then come to find out,
titty milk apparatus.
The world wasn't ending. The dad was just fucking insane the whole time.
That's a good fucking book, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
I want to read that. I know the story now, but I want to read that shit for myself.
I didn't say the name of it, so I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Damn, you're not gonna let us know what book that is?
I don't even remember what it was called, honestly.
Damn, you were a kid when you were reading this?
Yeah, it was a young adult novel.
Jesus Christ, dude. You get that at the library?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. Did you return it? I would have kept that one.
Yeah, I returned it. I don't like keeping books. I also looked up, because dolphins are mammals. I was like, how does dolphin milk work?
Do they have milk?
Yeah, apparently it's like really thick. It's like goopy.
It's gotta be because it's gotta float in the water.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like,
I didn't know. So how do they? So dolphins, they don't have tits. Where does it come out?
They do have tits. The tits are underneath them, like a dog, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. And then the baby dolphin just comes up and just is sucking on it.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Wow. I actually did not know this. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Can we get a Google on that, Anthony? Do you mind Googling dolphin tit? Not that one. The other. Make a new frame.
Dolphin.
I just want to see dolphin tit milk or something. Dolphin tit. Just because I've never heard of this, but I just would like to see. I'm a fan of tits, and I just would like to see if it's real. Wow, there's not many. Usually, right off the rip on Google, they.
Dolphin tit. What about dolphin nipple?
Yeah, let's look up dolphin nipple. That will do it. I'm just really interested in this topic. I just can't even imagine. I hope it looks kind of humanish. Okay. Yeah, you see that? It's attached. It's attached. Wow, that's a Facebook page. Dolphin Nipples is a Facebook page.
Dolphin nipples.
Okay. So yeah, they just go right up under it and then they attach to that little area.
Sounds like a song name.
Dolphin Nipples. It's like a Nirvana song. I don't mind it. So how did you even get onto that? How did you find that?
No, just one day I was thinking, I was like, wait, what? Dolphins have to have milk.
Because they're mammals.
They're mammals. So,
yeah.
Where them titties at?
Where them titties at? That's a good point.
Their head is like a titty.
Okay. Like, how so? Because the hole?
No, because it's like rounded, and then their beak is like a nipple.
Okay. I mean, I kind of see what you mean. Can't they bite you? Don't they have teeth? They could probably fuck you up.
Yeah, they have teeth.
They could fuck you up. Do you have a lot of experience with dolphins?
No, I don't. I've never met a dolphin in person.
I haven't either, but I just thought you would be swimming with them or something. Maybe you can do that in Texas.
I don't want to swim in Texas.
Yeah.
They might mistake me for, one of them illegals.
I'm
just kidding. Texas isn't on the ocean.
Yeah, it is. The south side of it.
There's Mexico, and then I don't know geography.
Yeah, dude, it's Texas is part of the state is in the water.
Okay.
But that would be a long ass swim from Mexico because like it's not like necessarily like touching
I
it.
was thinking like Cuba. Like you got turned around. You're like, I mean, we swim forever. Where are
Where
we?
the fuck am I? And then Fidel Castro's there. You're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Where did I land? You're in Cuba. You're in Cuba. Have you ever smoked a Cuban cigar?
No, the only cigar I ever smoked was the last day of the first year of college. We all smoked a cigar, and I didn't know you weren't supposed to breathe in.
So you did the whole cigar breathing in?
Yeah.
What? How did you not die or like cough? Like, because I like to smoke an occasional cigar, and if I even just get like a little bit in there, it feels like nuclear warfare.
I definitely coughed, but it's just like,
this is what you do.
Really dumb.
Damn.
There's a lot of things like I don't know, like things that most people know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just kind of dumb.
Well, like what? Let's go into it a little bit more.
I don't know what I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know until someone's like, "You didn't know that?" I'm like,
okay.
No.
What about
Okay, so you know Dan Grinnell, right?
Yeah, Dan.
And he came over to my place, and we have those blinds. They're like, you know, those long ass blinds. They're always breaking all the time.
Okay.
And then he was like, you know, you're supposed to open them before you like open them, right? You're supposed to turn them. And I was like, I never knew that.
Wow.
No one ever tells you these things.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, because we were breaking like one of those like a week. It's like getting ridiculous. You have to get it replaced. It was.
I think that's like normal stuff though. That's like hard. You don't get taught that in school. It's like taxes. You kind of just get thrown out there, and you're just like, wait, I gotta pay taxes?
Yeah, taxes are weird because like, I don't like the fact that you can, if you were born, say you didn't need food or anything, you just stand in one place until you die. Like you're gonna be doing something illegal just by existing. Like,
yeah,
I don't get that.
I think it's a little fucked up. I think that we should have choices to do with our taxes, and like, it needs to be watched over because you know better than I do. I guarantee some people gets like some government official. I don't even know if that's even a real word, but some person is just getting our money, tax money, just funneled into their bank account. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say this is because I'm pretty sure fixing roads and stuff is all supposed to be part of the plan for like tax money, right? Mm-hmm. But you know better than me. Look at driving around. There's no good roads here.
I just thought they should start making them out of something else, something that isn't going to need replacing every year.
I've thought that too.
Yeah, just make it out of like Jello.
Rubber Jello. Yeah. Petroleum? No, not petroleum jelly. That wouldn't work. This speaking of petroleum jelly, did that Brian guy? Did you see him around? I feel like he ate that honey pack.
Oh, and then he wants to go fuck his girlfriend after he drank the boner honey.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know, this guy took boner honey, and then went up on stage. He actually had a pretty decent set that night. He should do that more often. He should be taking that boner medicine more often.
Maybe that's the secret.
I want to try that honey pack one day. You know who's that? I think it's that BDF Pac-Man's product. Or at least he's sponsored by it.
Oh, really?
I think he shouts it all the time.
Boner honey?
He's always talking about the honey pack. I think it's his.
I've been walking down the street like in Detroit sometimes and seeing like this one on the ground.
Yeah, it might be his. Cause like he'll just like rip it open and then he'll pour it in girls' mouths too. I don't think it's just for dudes. Really? I really don't. Cause he's poured that shit in girls' mouths, and maybe it just enlarges their clit. Oh.
What if it turns it into a dick?
Even better. 2 for 1.
Yeah, like what if it just turns it into a dick for a few hours and the dick just goes away?
It goes away.
Yeah.
Then
that's the secret.
That's not bad. Maybe we should give that to like those kids that want to transition. You know what I mean? And we'll give them the honey pack.
Yeah, take this dick, try it out for a few hours. Try it out for a few hours.
If you like it, then we'll continue with the surgery. But if you're like, whoa, what is this? Then we won't do it. I don't know. Just a thought. You can never go wrong with thinking. Yeah. Do we have any super chats that we got to hit? I know that I think we saw a couple. There's one right there. That Mike. Oh, shit. My boy, Mike. I haven't seen you in so fucking long, Mike. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in, Mike. And I'm pretty sure that's the last one. If anyone else has any super chats, questions for me or Bilal, please let us know, and we'll get to you. But for now, just continue on to the boner talk. 4 years in comedy. Do you plan on doing comedy for the rest of your life, or do you?
Yeah, I don't know how long that'll be though. It could be like
Could be one day.
yeah, it could be a day, it could be 3
But
days.
but you do want to. This is like a thing you still want to keep doing. Like you don't see an end in sight.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I'm sure there's some people in the hobby that honestly are just doing it for fun. So and like don't want a job out of it.
Yeah, I think like I kind of look at it like I used to when I was younger look down on photography a lot because like some people would just buy a camera and then you're
Mm-hmm.
immediately a photographer.
Yeah.
But then there's some people who legitimately like
Oh yeah.
commit to learning shit and
Mm-hmm.
growing. But
So you want to be the best comedian that you can possibly be.
yeah, I'm kind of just in it for the death by speedball, honestly.
Okay.
But
I understand. I feel the same way. Like I find these little bubbles of passion. I just want to ride them to the end. What? Who was your like first inspiration, or not even necessarily first, but who did you watch that stand up comedy wise? You watched them and you're just like, holy fuck, this is it. This is what I want. Has it?
let's see.
Because for me, I've had a few different huge inspirations in my life. Do you have the same?
Who are they? Well, I think.
I have a bunch of them. I mean, Bill Hicks, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Mark Norman, I mean, there's so many. I mean, the list goes on. Anthony Jeselnik. There's, I mean, honestly, so many, so many. There's so many good comedians these days.
Yeah. My thing, when I was a kid, like I said, I didn't have cable. I would go like when I was at a place that did have cable, I'd always try to sneak and watch Comedy Central. Like every time I knew there was a roast coming out,
Yeah.
I try to sneak and watch a roast and got to watch like some specials. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Billy Gardell.
It sounds familiar, but honestly, no.
Yeah, he like I don't know why, but like I watched some of his specials when I was a kid. Like I don't know if it was one or two, but right when I was starting high school was when Mark Norman started to. He I think put out like his half hour and stuff, and I got into him too.
Yeah.
And he was my favorite for a while, and then like I started like looking into other comedians and shit, and it's just been nonstop ever since.
He's good. Like he is, in my opinion, he's different than a lot of other comics. I haven't really investigated it too much, so I don't know what makes him different. But when I watch his specials, I'm definitely getting a different angle of stand-up comedy than I do when I watch other comics. Do you feel the same, or am I just making some shit up? Like I feel like he's honestly special.
Yeah,
Like he's definitely special. Do you listen to his podcast?
I used to Tuesdays with Stories.
Tuesdays with Stories. I think.
Oh wait, which one? The one with
I think I'm. Isn't it called? There's one now.
We Might Be Drunk.
WTF?
That's Mark Maron.
Mark Maron. Oh fuck, dude, we're talking about different people.
Oh, you mean Mark Maron?
I'm.
Mark Normand is the younger guy.
I think I'm. Yeah, I got him fucked up. I got
Mark
him mixed
Maron
up.
is fucking hilarious.
I'm thinking
too.
about Mark Maron.
Yeah, I went to see him like a couple years ago. He was at the Masonic Temple.
Damn, I missed when that shit was happening.
That was the first time I'd ever seen him do
I would love to see him.
comedy. Like I'd never watched a special before then.
I love that guy. He's fucking good. The Bill Burr's coming in November.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I gotta go to that.
Yeah,
I gotta go
I'm
to
gonna
that.
be gone. But yeah, have fun, man.
I'm gonna be gone. Do you ever plan on coming back, or do you just kind of like gonna feel it out?
I have to come back, and my family's here and everything.
Okay, I didn't know.
To visit at least.
Yeah,
But I don't like winter anymore.
I feel you. I understand that. I don't like. I love like today. Today we've got hit with a couple cold days in a row. Fucking warm outside. It's nice. Oh man, So are you gonna? I'm just interested to know what you're gonna do in Texas when you go there. Isn't it kind of just like starting fresh?
I guess so. Like my goal is to not be a corpse baking in the gutter under the Texan sun within the week, because I don't know how. Like I'm probably moving there the worst time to move there because it's right before summer.
Yeah,
And
I think it's a good time though for the in the comedy world, because I think there's a big gravitational pull there, and so there's meat to be fought for.
I'm not much of a meat fighter though. I watch the meat fight and then like
Damn.
write a joke about it, I think.
Huh. That's interesting. The I think that there's like a happy ground, a happy medium. Like, cuz you don't want to be too savage where you're stepping on people's heads and like kicking them down, but you don't want to be too passive where you never get an opportunity.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like a middle ground
There
in
totally
there
is.
somewhere. Because I thought about like there's focusing on just like the performing part, and then there's focusing on like the business part.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
There's got to be some middle ground in there,
There
I
is.
guess.
There is. I'm trying to figure it out. I think big part of it is, doing what we're doing, networking, going on different people's podcasts, making new friends, and trying to not burn bridges, but just make them. You know what I mean? Just like kid with autism.
Yeah.
Were you the? You were like, yeah, yeah. They make good bridges, right?
I don't know much about bridges.
I'm pretty sure people with autism and shit, they're like great engineers.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
But maybe I just am falling into a stereotype.
Yeah, a lot of engineers are really dumb.
Well,
That was just
I don't know many engineers. Do you know a lot of those guys?
I don't want to get into that.
That's fine.
I mean,
Fuck them.
You were
Fuck
about the chat distracting me, but I'm getting more distracted by the welds on that.
Dude, trust me, my dad fucking put this here. It's actually pretty sweet. Somebody made this for us.
This is fucking awesome.
It is cool, but it is a little distracting. It's kind of big. It's kind of just in the middle of the way. For people that are just listening to audio, we have this giant T-Rex welding. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a piece of metal somebody welded into a T-Rex. Dope. This guy that made this, he works on like Harley Davidsons and like motorcycles and shit. He just did this on his fucking spare time. This isn't even his main job. It's just like he was bored and then made a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, I get that.
That's pretty dope.
I get it.
That's pretty dope. Man. I just want to see how long we can sit in silence for a second. You got a really stern face right now.
Okay, I give up. This is getting weird.
Yeah, it was weird. That's okay.
I got a good straight face though, right?
I think that if you were to stare someone in the face, the other person would back down.
I think I'm kind of like a human, like Rorschach test. Like people see what they want to in my face a lot of the time. It's weird. Some people want to fight me. Some people just are like, "Yo, you look sad." I'm like,
have you ever gotten into a fight?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like a fisticuffs?
Yeah. A few. I don't know if you heard about it, but a few months ago, I got punched in the face in the open mic.
Oh. No, I did not hear about that. Please tell me about it.
I don't want to tell it. I don't want to tell it on
Come
this podcast.
on, man.
I got punched in the face at an open mic, and
was it because of something you said?
No, it was because someone was intoxicated. And
oh, okay.
It's all over now.
Okay.
I don't want to really
go
down that road.
You don't have to tell names or nothing. I was just wondering if you were like on stage, you said something, and then somebody would just came up and just hit you in the face.
Oh no.
Okay, that makes sense because honestly, for the people that don't go to these open mics, they fairly have them every single day of the week, for the most part.
Yeah.
And some people with sad lives drink every single day of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And So if your business is in the same place where alcohol is served, it's not gonna go that well all the time.
Yeah, that's how I stopped drinking.
That
It's
sucks. No, not the not drinking
uh,
part. You getting punched in the face. That fucking sucks.
whatever.
I wish I could know the full details, but that's okay.
I'll tell you after.
Nah, it's fine.
It's nothing.
It's fine.
But yeah, like I don't know, a lot of because I mean comedy can be fun, but like I start to worry sometimes about people worrying more about having fun than like comedy, because you see a lot of people like fall off, and it's like scary to me.
Now elaborate a little bit because honestly, I'm really new to the game, so I don't really understand. So you're saying that people they like have this potential where they're like kind of killing it, but then they fall off because of they're having too much fun.
Well, not see like it's easy to be distracted or to use it as an escape from life, and going you have somewhere to go every night. If it's what you want it to be. Like if you're going out just to have fun, you can have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But some people go out and it's just like a job. You just go up, leave, and there's some middle ground to where it can be fun and
Mm-hmm.
you can also do what you went there to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it worries me sometimes when it feels like people might like fall by the wayside. There's just other things might spiral out of control, and it's just an escape every time.
Huh. That's strange. So you worry about that in yourself.
Yeah, like, but I don't really not. I know myself pretty well.
That's strange because I think that if I was watching it, I think it's fine if I was watching others do it. And I think it's good that you see that in others because what it's going to do is it's going to help you not fall into the same trap.
Well, that's another thing about the not drinking though, because you're in a bar every night. It's easy
hard.
to like be like, oh well, I'm here do comedy, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
it'll make my comedy better if I have a drink or two before, and then a drink or two every night turns into you're an
Oh yeah.
alcoholic now.
Yeah. And it's also hard because especially if someone comes up to you, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" You don't want to be an asshole and turn down the drink, but most of the time you got to turn down the drink. I like to do experiments and stuff, so I've tested the waters, doing on sets with a beer, doing sets of maybe a little high, and truthfully, I find that I do the best sober. I do the best job when I'm sober, and so that's what I know that, so that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Maybe a little coffee before, like that's it. Just a little caffeine to get the motor running, but caffeine doesn't cloud me. Pot and maybe a beer, that will cloud me just a little bit. Too much to not enough to like have me not function, but enough for me not to be witty.
Yeah.
And some people it doesn't apply for them. Like I am fucking blanking on his name, but he's a great comedian. He's still around. Older guy. I'm pretty sure he has a pink faux hawk these days.
Oh, you're talking about Doug Stanhope?
Doug Stanhope. Yes. So his whole thing, especially earlier on in his career, he would talk about how his Alcoholic Anonymous friends would push him to drink because he was funnier when he was drunk. And like, dude, that's such a fucking horrible conundrum that I'm happy I don't have to deal with because everybody, at least in America, I don't know much about other parts of the world. Everybody in America knows fucking alcoholics. People that have died from alcohol, people that have ruined their lives and others from alcohol. So with that in mind, I try to stay away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not just on stage either. Like as far as I was thinking, like also off stage to where like you can you can learn a lot of things just from watching people and like
Oh, yeah.
talking to people. But that part also would like fall by the wayside, kind of, if you like
Yeah.
not looking for it, because the clouding like also adds to
Yeah.
just being oblivious to shit. But
Totally. It's oh man, it's horrible. And especially, I mean, I've even found myself like, if I've had a couple of beers, like man, my fucking my morals and just everything is just slips away. Like I may even start heckling. And like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, what the fuck is happening? Like 30 minutes ago, this didn't happen. Had a few drinks, and now I'm heckling. This is bad. Like, I try to stay away. That doesn't mean I won't have fun every occasionally, but I try not to.
yeah. How old do you think is too old to be good at knife throwing? Like to start knife throwing and just be like awesome at it?
Too old, 65. I think if you're starting,
you think you'd start in like your 50s and get good?
yeah, totally,
Hmm.
totally. My dad is 50, and he's 51, maybe 52 this year, and he could pick up knife throwing.
All right.
I think even, and I look towards like my grandma. She's in her mid 60s. Nah, man, she can't start now. She's over. It's over. The only thing she can really start, she may learn how to quilt. She may knit, but like she can't throw knives.
I think knitting would be harder than throwing a knife.
Really?
Yeah.
But like the accuracy that you need with the throwing.
Dude, how crazy would it be if like some like elderly lady was super good at knife throwing?
I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that there's probably a few of them laying around in China somewhere with some ninja stars. There's probably a few good knife thrower grandmas out there.
Hmm.
I bet we could find one.
Find a knife throwing grandma?
Yes. I don't think it's not happened. I think it's out there. I think she has precision. I think she has deadly accuracy. One time, actually, I'll even back myself up. In middle school, we had a bunch of foreign exchange kids, right? And they came from Korea, they came from China, and I think it was just those two countries. And they would teach us origami, all right? And so we were making little swans, we were making ninja stars, right? And in middle school, we perfected how to throw paper ninja stars. And my friend Nathan was walking in the hallway at one time. My boy pops out around the corner, throws a ninja star, hits him in his eye. He had to have eye surgery. Fucked his cornea up. But why I say that is, we were in middle school with only a couple months of experience. So let's jump to grandma. She could have 40 years of knife throwing experience. Middle schoolers with a couple months are hitting eyes with accuracy. A grandma, 40 years experience, I mean, she could be 50 yards away, maybe hitting the bullseye. I think it's possible. And if I saw it, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. This makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be great side money too. That'd be like a side hustle you could have. You could be an assassin.
Yeah.
And an old lady, because no one would see it coming. They wouldn't be like,
oh my God, no.
What's that old lady doing with that knife over there? And it's in your forehead. Yeah. And your neck.
Yeah, just dead. I'm fucking with that. Maybe that just added to our plot in the movie. We can make the grandma an assassin. And maybe that's how she gets her new body. She murders. I don't know.
She murders
for life.
Meat. A new meat suit.
Meat suit. Beautiful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, man. How much do you have an hour? A comedy hour?
Fuck no. You kidding me?
Fuck no. How close are you?
Have you even to having an like I could probably I could be on stage for an hour and probably be funny, but it wouldn't be of a quality that I would be comfortable with.
Okay.
At this point,
I was just wondering because obviously like the fucking pros, they got hours.
Yeah.
And I'm so far away from an hour. Obviously just started. You're 4 years in. So I was just trying to get kind of a spectrum to see like where you can be at. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So when do you think you're gonna try to start building an hour, or is that still far away?
Building an hour, like I'm writing
I don't
a
even know.
joke. I'm always trying to write new things,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also phasing out older things.
Totally.
So like, if the opportunity arises, yeah, I take the opportunity to
Yeah.
just do an hour. But like to be able to consistently, repeatably
Mm-hmm.
have it be quality,
Yeah, that'll be very hard.
yeah, I don't. It's less of a time thing and more of like a skill level thing,
Okay.
right? Because people advance at different like speeds and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Like maybe someone has a long form style of joke writing where they can like have a bunch of long
Yeah.
jokes that all
Right.
fill time. But there's a difference between just filling the time and it being good,
Yeah.
but also maybe sometimes it doesn't matter if it's good as long as people enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you don't think it's good,
Mm-hmm. If
people still laughed at it, so
yeah.
it's good to them. So there's no difference.
Yeah, it's just interesting because I would think, at least for myself, that's definitely a goal before I die, is to like try and tour an hour. And I don't know how to get there, but I know that I'm on the right road. I know I'm on the road to there, and that I'm gonna pass signs and I'm gonna fucking see hitchhikers on this road that are gonna fucking be like, "Hey man, fucking this is ways to the hour right here. Keep going," and figure it out. Cause I don't know. It's very inspiring and admirable to see these people have a full fucking hour
Mm.
of content and they don't have a paper on stage. It's all up in their mind.
Well, they have a paper on stage. A lot of them.
They do.
A lot of them. Well, not all of them, but
Pussies.
some of them. Yeah.
Pussies. That's what I say.
And sometimes people put under the drink or by the drink, so they look like they're taking a drink, and there's a paper there.
Such pussies, man.
It's not pussy to have notes, I don't think. But people, when I was first starting, people would always get mad at me because I'd always take a notebook on stage and then never open it. I just have it there.
I think doing an open mic is different, though.
Yeah.
Like, dude, man, you're fucking special, man. You're fucking, dude, you're special. Like,
Yeah.
you should know this shit. You should have been touring for 6 months around the country to remember this shit. Like, that's at least my view. Fuck them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, a lot of like I don't have a lot of experience per se, like doing it, but I have been
Sure.
able to. I've had opportunities to like watch people a lot,
Mhm.
and I think that I don't know, like. You think it kind of cheapens it that people have like a list of like because they're not writing out everything word for word. It might just be like a
Trigger words.
trigger word.
Um, it's hard to say because, it's hard to say. Do you, because where my mind goes is musicians. Don't you think that when a musician hears the beat, he knows the words you said?
Well, when you go to see like an orchestra, they have
Okay.
they have the music in front of them.
They do.
Right?
They do.
So there's something like, but if you go to a like rock thing and they have, you're like, what the fuck is this?
That's true.
Yeah, like it's not the same though because they don't write it the same.
So I guess it's subjective. It's personal preference, I guess, because with that being in mind, if you want a perfect show, and in their mind of perfect, then they have to hit their points. And if the only way they're going to hit all their points is to have a paper strapped on the amp in front of them or the speaker in front of them to look at occasionally, well, then that's what they have to do to make it perfect. The reason why I am not a fan is because I don't think there's any such thing as perfect. And just like we covered earlier with the blues and the fuck up, but they changed the fuck up to evolve the song, I think that's how comedy should be as well. I think that if you're on stage and you fuck up, you embrace the fuck up. Maybe even if you're like, you maybe do some crowd work if in the place where you forgot your bit or something like.
Well, Yeah, but also like I was saying about what I thought about photography, like where anyone could like just get a camera.
Okay.
Like there's also like different ways to make money doing it, where you could like take pictures of say like people, and that's
Mm-hmm.
you're not like advancing the art form or whatever
Mm-hmm.
people look for, but you can also make a decent living doing that. And people
Okay.
do the same with comedy. Like
Yeah.
they can just go up and do the same jokes for 10, 20 years, and
Yeah.
it's fine. It works for them,
Totally.
and they still. It's great that they're able to do comedy because they're able
Yeah.
to feed themselves with
Mm-hmm.
something awesome. Like different people are in it for different reasons.
That's true.
So I try not to be too critical of other people anymore. Like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like I
That's
can't
smart.
hold you can't hold other people to the same standard that you hold yourself to, because that's
That's a good
unreasonable.
point. That's a you know, that's very wise of you, because sometimes that can be hard sometimes to not put pressure on others, not put the same amount of pressure you put on yourself onto others. Because like, yeah, I know I hold myself to a very high standard, like, and it would be unfair to expect the same of others. It's We all have different lives and different perspectives and points of view, so you're right, like it shouldn't be like fuck the other person because like they're using a paper. It should just be like it should just be personal. If I agree with that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
because like you can like learn a lot from other people, but it doesn't mean you have to do it yourself. It's just like, oh, this is someone thinks about it a different way, and
Mm.
that's how they get through this. Maybe someone else does it some other way,
Yeah.
and you can like learn from that and find your own way.
Mhm. Yeah, totally. That's why I watch so much content. I mean, we have the fucking phones that tell us everything. We can watch anything we want, from someone getting murdered to learning about astrophysics, all on the same device. So it's like and yeah, you can learn from others. Like I watch so much stand up because they're the professionals. They're what we're aspiring to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the same way, like, I fucking like freestyle, right? I can do freestyle raps. And how did I learn to do that? Well, I listened to what I thought was the best rap artists, and then you emulate their flow, you emulate their style, you start to piece shit together from them. There's no way I would be a good freestyler if I never listened to hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that thing, that video where out back outside of that mic,
Okay.
JD just randomly pulled out the amp and started a beat,
Yeah.
and you started freestyling over it.
Yeah.
That shit was impressive. Like honestly, like I went back and watched. I'm like, how is he that on point just instantly?
Um,
But
that wasn't even a good one either. The practice. It's easy. We all you can dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm nobody special. We all can unlock our potential with our minds. We set our shit to it. You set yourself goals and you can achieve them. They may not be exactly it may not go exactly the way you plan for it, but you can do it. And that's why I paint. That's why I do all the things I do, because I'm proving myself right. I'm proving myself right. Bro, why the fuck am I decent at painting? What the fuck? I practice. It's so stupid. It's like I test myself. I jump into fields and subjects where I have no knowledge. I set a goal, and then I fucking go and try to attain it. And I usually get really close, sometimes past, sometimes reach it. It's like we have so much potential that we can unlock in ourselves. And you're the only one that holds you back. I have dropped motherfuckers that have denied me when I tell them my passions, like my friends, and I'm telling them, man, this is going to happen. I have this feeling. I have this passion inside me. I want to do this. they say, no, man, you can't do that. What are you, fucking crazy? You can't do that. You're not like him. You're not like her. You can't do that. You're just you. I say, fuck you. Leave them behind. And then while they're behind, I go prove it. And now I'm up there. I'm looking back like, remember when you said we couldn't? I'm the same as you. You could be right here with me if you unleash that part of your body.
The thing is, a lot of people are afraid to fail, afraid to look stupid. And I feel like that's also, I get when you're like looking at it like with a list, like you're reading a script or something, like it kind of implies that it's like a safety net, you know? Like if you're walking on a tightrope and they have the net under them, you know that they're worried that there's a risk that they'll fall. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you can't be worried about that. You just have to do what happens. And if you fall, you fall. But
man, and people don't understand that. Those people that are afraid of failure don't understand that inside of failure are lessons, which make you better, which inside of your failure teaches you how to win. And that is not a subjective truth. That's the truth. At least in my life, that's the truth.
Because you learn to keep going.
Every time I failed, I can pick it apart and see, oh, this is where I went wrong. Oh, my energy was off right here. I wasn't prepared. There's always a reason. I've said this on the last podcast. I've been trying to take excuses away from me. No more excuses. Because behind every excuse is a truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. But that truth will make me grow. An excuse will hold me back. You understand?
Yeah.
And when I become the next Picasso, it'll just prove it. It's just like, I'm not saying I'll actually become a fucking Picasso, but what I'm saying is like, the more I live on this world and the more I just do stuff, the more I realize how much potential we have. It's like, man, a lot of things I started out at, I wasn't good at. I had to work to learn and get better. It's like, if I would never learn and just accepted my failures, I would be at base 0. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but basically I just want to preach truth to people. Like, I just believe in, because I don't feel special compared to anyone else. I think that we're all the same. Like, sure, some people are fucking, like, dumb, right? Like, there are dumb fucking people out there. Fuck them. Just, like, they're not, whatever. But, like, that's not their fault. They were born with the fucking deficient brain. But, like, a lot of people are fucking not, man, this probably ain't coming out right. But, like, a lot of people have potential to be what they want to be. But they're afraid of the failure. Failure is the key.
Yeah, the secret is not giving up. That's pretty much the key to everything.
Yeah,
you just gotta keep going. You go around it. If it tries to stop you, but I don't know. You ever see the movie Meet the Robinsons?
Yeah, that's the cartoon one, Disney cartoon, right?
Yeah, it was like a 3D animated movie. But what stuck with me when I watched it as a kid was his motto: "Keep moving forward."
Okay.
I kind of like used it as my own. Mantra, just, you know,
it's a good one.
Yeah, like a lot of shit will happen, but shit is always gonna happen. It's gonna happen regardless of what you're doing, and you have to keep going.
One of the so I played sports as a kid, and my football coach, he would tell us this story a lot. And the story was, one day a donkey fell into a well, and that day the owner was planning to fill the well up. And so the donkey's at the bottom of the well. He's looking up, and then boom, dirt hits him on the head. What does he do? He shakes it off, takes a step up. What happens again? Gets hit with more dirt, shakes it off, steps it up. He does this over and over again until he got out of the well. It's the same thing. You get dirt on you, that's a failure. Shake it off, step up, and eventually you'll get out of the well.
Yeah, like
keep moving.
I was gonna make a Jimmy Hoffa joke, but I'm not in the mood.
That's fine. Honestly, I don't know much about Jimmy Hoffa, so it would have bombed anyways. He's a what? He's a mobster?
He was supposed to he was like some kind of union guy, and then he made the mob mad, so he evaporated.
Okay, so we got hit off the world.
That's what people say. They say there was a theory that his body was disposed of in Hamtramck at a recycling plant, but there's a bunch of theories about what happened to him.
Probably.
It's kind of scary, knowing that, when you die, knowing that no one will ever find you or find out how you died.
Yeah, Paul Pepitone was talking to me yesterday about this guy that got robbed, and then they threw him into a trunk of a car, took him to a basement, filled the house with gas, and burned it down.
Oh.
Yeah, and so this guy got robbed and then burned to death. And basically why I say that is because, they're never going to find that guy. They did find him, but, that's probably happened to a bunch of people that have never been found. I mean, there are a bunch of people that never been found. We have that watch list, or not a watch list, the missing people's list.
Yeah, you were talking about hermit crabs earlier. You know, Amelia Earhart, they say what might have happened to her.
What happened?
They say her body might have been eaten by coconut crabs. But you know what coconut crabs are?
I mean, I'm guessing they're just crabs.
Oh, they're not just. They are fucking huge.
Really?
Yeah, they are fucking giant.
Can we get a picture of coconut crab, please?
Yeah, you pull up a coconut crab, because they look like something out of a fucking video game.
Really?
Yeah.
And so she crashed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, her plane might have crashed, and she might have parachuted out of it and then got eaten. Look at that thing on the trash can.
Wow.
Dude, fucking look. They say
holy shit.
Yeah, they say a coconut is harder to crack than a human skull. And those things can climb trees fast as fuck, too, because they climb to get the coconuts. Dude, there was a thing. There was a bird sleeping in a tree, and a coconut crab climbed up the tree, snapped its wing. The bird's trying to fly. It falls, hits the ground. It goes down, snaps its other wing, and a bunch of them just converge on it and just drag it into their lair.
Dude, I'm literally getting chills right now. I'm actually freaked out.
The island crawling. You can't eat them either. They're poisonous.
You can't eat them?
No.
What the fuck? And
crawling with them.
And they're called coconut because they're as hard as coconuts to break?
They eat coconuts. They crack them with their claws.
Holy shit, look at all those fucking crabs, dude.
Yeah, but those are small.
The white-ass people just fine. It's fine. They're just crabs.
Yeah, they're related to hermit crabs, though, closely.
I used to, I don't know about you. I don't know even how old you are.
I'm 24.
You're 24? Okay, so we're similar age. I'm 21. So when I was a kid, a big thing was hermit crabs. That was a phase. Was as pets was hermit crabs. Did you ever have hermit crab?
No, only pets I ever had were the turtles.
Turtles? Okay. That's for what were they, red ear sliders?
Yeah, red ear sliders.
Okay, we got a few of those upstairs. We got their own pond. Yeah. The hermit crabs were gross though because they would grow fast, and then you have to go to the pet shop and buy new shells, which was cool because they painted the shells. You buy a red wing shell, and they would upgrade, and they'd crawl out, and then sometimes if you were to check on them at night, they would be out of their shell, and they would just look so fucking ugly and naked, and they would be trying to stuff themselves into a new shell. It's fucking creepy, man.
And now you're making me think of the lizard people again.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing.
If they have to gradually find bigger and bigger people, and they're targeting fat people.
Is that why you're going to fucking Texas, dude? You're trying to find some big bodies to go into?
Yeah, man.
Shit, that's fucked up.
This body is getting tight.
This body's getting tight, man. This body's getting tight. That's all right. The Amelia Earhart, fuck that bitch. I don't even think she did that well.
I mean, imagine thinking oh, I'm gonna they said it couldn't be done. I'm gonna fly around the world, and I'm gonna be the first, and then fucking your plane crashes, you parachute down that was close. Oh man, you're sleeping all of a sudden.
This is getting eaten to death.
Monsters.
Fuck, dude. And then
no one is gonna find your body ever.
But we did.
No, we didn't.
We didn't.
No.
She just didn't show up one day.
She just disappeared. She's gone forever.
And then we celebrate her in the history books. We're like, hey, good job. But she didn't fucking finish her job, man.
Yeah, she like. I mean, she could be. She could have gotten abducted by aliens. We don't know.
So, okay, so the coconut crab is just a theory?
It's a theory that might have because she crashed in the area where they
Mm,
live. They live on a bunch of islands in this
okay,
area, and
okay.
yeah, they say that like they might have just eaten her. They might have dragged her into some underground cavern and noshed on her
So this is kind of similar.
like a bag of fruit snacks.
Oh, I could crush some fruit snacks. I saw this video where a guy ate melatonin gummies, 12 melatonin gummies, and then his friends were dragging him to like In and Out.
Did he turn black?
Shit.
Oh wait, no, no.
Yeah, he turned black. No, he didn't. He was already black. But the Amelia Earhart, I think we need a new person to try that. Has anyone actually finished the mission?
Didn't what's her because now it's not a big thing to fly around the world because you're not flying a
That's true.
shitty old plane.
That's true.
But didn't what's her face sail around the world?
I think there's been like
No,
some bitch did it on
yeah.
a surfboard or something.
No, that Greta.
Van Fleet.
No, Greta Thunberg.
I don't know. I'm
she-
just trying to.
Yeah,
Greta Thunberg
I think she did, didn't she?
Let's see
what
that
she was-
shit.
Is that what she was known for? She did something, right?
sail around the world. But so Amelia Earhart, she got lost. Blah blah blah. That's similar to the Malaysian Airlines thing. Do you remember that
yeah,
one?
they crashed and then
Yeah, and then they like couldn't find them for years, but we eventually found it. It's similar. Let's see. Is there anything popping up about the woman? BC woman, British Columbian woman becomes oldest person to sail across the world. So I mean, there that proves that at least someone's done it. British woman, 77. We got yeah. So there's a 77-year-old woman that at least sailed across it.
alone though. Like that shit. Like I would never ever be in that situation. Like you know
No.
you did it. It's like smoking cigarettes. Like you know you did it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She,
Time to think about it. Sorry.
she did no, you're good. We it was only 320 days, by the way. That actually doesn't seem that long to sail across the entire globe. That's not even a year. It's not even a full year.
Yeah, but alone though, like all that time, you gotta be crazy.
I agree.
You gotta be fucking insane.
And look at that. She even took a detour. She went up and around like
Well, that's probably because of the currents or something.
Maybe.
That's the easiest. I don't know.
yeah, it actually looks like it's probably like the only way. You
wait,
can't
no,
just
I
like
think that that's where she started. She started like in Canada and then went back there.
I see.
She had to go there.
That's cool though. And if anyone can prove the flat earth wrong, it's that bitch. I mean, she went
might
in a
have just gone in
circle.
a ring. She might have gone in a literal circle if it was flat. You don't know that. She could have seen the edge and not told anybody. She could have gotten pulled through a portal and been like, "Hey, don't you tell nobody about this edge." And then
It's true. And then they
like,
put her back.
otherwise, yeah. Like Amelia Earhart saw the edge. You know what happened to her?
She died. She got ate by coconut crabs.
That's what we told everybody. We really fed her to
Better to fucking
Jerry
Sandusky.
Jerry Sandusky.
Mm.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, he was a good man. Jerry Sandusky was a good man. He had good morals. No, he didn't. He did not have good morals. Do you know who he is?
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah, nah.
I remember. This is really fucking funny. I remember. Maybe not. To me, it is. I remember when that whole thing happened. Do you remember the story? He would have like his boys in the locker room slide across their bellies in the locker room, and then like go into his nutsack or something. I'm pretty sure.
That's
Like, I'm pretty sure that's what would happen. Like, he would like make some sort of water slide. Like that was like his thing. Like some people are into BDSM, some people are into a voyeur, but like he was into like this water slide shit. So like he would get him naked and then like watch him slide.
That'd have been the perfect time for a ghost shark to show up and just
And then just fucking yeah.
right in the nuts. Yeah, my dad told me, like, because he went to school, like, he was born in, like, the 50s, and he said when he went to school,
Okay.
when they would swim, they had to swim naked. Like, the boys had to be naked, and the
No.
girls got to wear a bathing suit, but the boys, they all had to be naked. And I was like,
No.
what?
No.
Yeah.
You're fucking with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, that's what he said. He said they just had to be naked. I was like, so was the
I know.
coach naked? He's like, no, the coach wasn't naked. I'm like, huh?
Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm not. I'm dead serious. He went to school in Detroit.
What the
Yeah, I was like, how did they get? No, I guess that was just how it was back then. You know, you didn't think it was weird until like they're like, hey,
Why?
what the fuck?
Why are the boys naked? That.
What are these naked boys doing in here?
And then in my school, they wouldn't even let us shower. So like it went from naked boys to you can't even shower anymore. So like after gym class, they would just send us back into study hall, mop wet.
Was swamp ass?
Swamp, not even just swamp ass, swamp body. Everybody smelled. Dude, it's horrible. It was horrible, but
You got a staph infection or something.
I mean, I've had a couple in my days actually.
Oh, really?
I had a staph infection in my knee from a church camp. Fucking church camp out the fucking pastor. Fucking making me suck on his dick, man. Fucking got a staph infection in my knee. It's fucked up. But you live and you learn. I'm happy that they don't do that anymore. That they don't swim naked. I think you're fucking with me.
I'm not fucking with you, I promise.
I just don't see where that would ever be okay in society.
The days of Eld.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot of weird shit back then. Now you could get away with anything then. There were no cameras.
Yeah. That's why I love Joey Diaz. You listen to his shit at all?
Yeah, yeah.
Like all his crime stories and stuff. Those are the best. His coke
It
stories.
was me and Mookie Mook and Chewy the Boot.
Yeah. Show me that monkey. He's just like fucking dude, I don't know. I gotta some days I wish like I lived in different eras. Like I just at least to test it out. I've always wanted to know kind of how it would be to be a cowboy. I don't think it would be like that great, but it's a very interesting time in my mind. Like you have all your possessions on a horse, you have a rifle, a pistol.
Yeah, like I was always thinking like it would be so like you ever watch Westworld?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I lied. I
Oh,
didn't.
man, it was a decent first season, but yeah, I always wanted to like if I could time travel, I could go back in time.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh wow, they're building a tire swing. Where's the tire? Oh, let me go.
Oh no! Jesus Christ!
Nah, but fucking yeah, time travel would be dope though.
Time travel.
Sure.
I just would want to experience like the world in just not even that far ago, like just a few decades ago, because of seems like the leeway that you had. Like now we have cameras everywhere. I don't even think about robbing ever because I'm just like I'll get caught. I get caught. But back then, like you have stories where you could just go into fucking Kmart, bring the toaster oven to the return desk, and be like, "Hey, I bought this yesterday. Don't have the receipt." And they're like, "Okay, sir, here's $50 for the thing." And then you just walk out with $50. You can't do that anymore. You used to be able to though.
Yeah, I think now they have like a clothes or something where you can like they're reflective, so the camera can't pick it up like normal cameras.
Really? That's smart.
Yeah, they have like sunglasses and shit that do that.
That's smart.
We get some of those, and then go on a robbing spree.
Mm-hmm. That'll be funny. Batman and Robin, but like
Yeah.
they just rob.
Yeah, but it's getting scary out here, man. Like, because you're
Why?
not gonna be able to get away with literally anything. Like, probably in like what 20 years.
Okay.
Because ever since they had that thing where they could like see you from a satellite and they could tell like what people were saying to each other by reading the vibrations in the car near them. They had that technology
Wait a
like a
minute.
while ago.
What are you talking about?
They had the technology to decipher a conversation between two people from space by reading the vibrations in a car, the metal vibrating and shit.
Jesus.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And
I mean,
that, like they can just bomb you from anywhere. And now they got those fucking robots. They're giving them the cops now. The
Yeah.
fucking 4-legged ones.
yeah, I
But
saw that.
when they have the 2-legged ones that can like open doors and shit. Like imagine getting your door kicked and it's like a gang of robots.
That's gonna happen one day.
They just punch
And-
through you.
I remember seeing a couple years ago. This was probably a year or two ago in China. Like their surveillance cameras. Honestly, we probably have them here now. But in China, I know it's for a fact they can read
Yeah.
your identification and such. So like, technically, they kind of always know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we already have that with our phones now because I mean, I know I have my location services on because I'm using fucking maps. I'm trying to use my GPS. I got we accept terms and services where we're not reading that shit. Maybe in the terms, it's when you open the app, you have your locations. Like, we're probably trackable always now.
Well, yeah, but imagine the terms and conditions when it's illegal to drive your own vehicle and everything's automated.
Fuck, dude. I haven't even thought about that. That will probably happen one day.
Yeah. I don't trust people, honestly, to drive now, though.
You don't...
People suck driving.
I'm
surprised there aren't more accidents than there are.
That is a great point. We talk about it a lot. How fucking the other day I saw somebody on a crotch rocket get destroyed by a Jeep. I literally think I saw him die.
What?
I sat there. So we were at a red light. He fucking like does some sort of like launch control or whatever. He went real fast right out the gate, and the Jeep just turned into the road and fucking clipped him, and his body, when I tell you I saw him in the air, just and then just splat, and I was like, holy fuck. I pulled over, I called the cops, and I'm like, fucking, I just saw someone get hit. He's not moving. I stood there for 15 minutes I just parked, and I didn't see him move for 15 minutes, and then they loaded him up in the ambulance. So I think I saw that motherfucker die. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, like I remember one time I was driving home from work and there was just a dead dude in the middle of the street. I had to drive around him and then keep going.
Yeah.
There was a cop coming up the street though the same way. I think someone already called it in. But very, very weird, but
there's
not really.
Man, if we're talking about weird fucking people in the street, one day I was driving home and I was driving home and then there was this retirement home coming up on my right. And this old ass woman was full sprinting out of the retirement home across a mound and just full sprint, just ran across all 6 lanes of the road and then just went away into somewhere. I've never seen an old woman run before. And she was just running out of that bitch, just fast as fuck too. Like, I think she would be running faster than I could actually run. Just an old grandma.
Wow.
I know.
That's weird.
What do you think they're doing in there?
I have no fucking idea.
Like, do you think she was crazy? Or do you think she was sane and finally escaped?
You said Mound. I was on Mound one time. I was driving with my little brother, and there was like an old lady on the side of the street, and she was like homeless, I guess, because she had a sign.
Okay.
So I threw her a couple bucks, and then a young lady is riding a bike, and she rolls up on a bike, hops off the bike, and just starts beating the fuck out of this old lady.
What?
Yeah. So I was like, what? I was about to hop out of the car, but then I forgot I was in drive, so I took my foot off the brake, and the car starts moving forward.
Oh, fuck.
So I fucking I fucking sped up, made a loop around, and came back, and like someone was breaking the fight up. Dude, that shit was like.
That's what's up.
Weird. A few weeks ago, I was driving.
That's crazy.
I was on the freeway, in the middle of the freeway, and there's just a dog just running on the freeway, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I hit the brakes. I'm like, try to swerve around, and then there's people running after the dog.
What?
On the freeway?
Jesus! In the middle of the lanes?
Yeah.
Damn.
I hope they made it out of that okay, but
man, I was driving home. There's so many driving stories right now. This is great. I was driving home from an open mic from New Dodge Lounge, and it was late at night. I was just like fucking tired, just wanting to get home. In the middle of the fucking road, a dresser.
A dresser?
A dresser, dude.
Dresser?
I crush it. I couldn't react. I just fucking crushed the dresser, and there's just fucking wood just fucking flying everywhere. I popped there's nails in my tire. I was like,
man.
dude, who the fuck left the dresser in the middle of I-75? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Fucking, I got a new. I'm thankful that my truck didn't like break. I just totally just crushed through that thing. My thing slid through it like butter. But a legit full size like 3 drawer.
Like fucking Narnia.
Yeah, like it's crazy. I don't know why. Like, and sometimes I talk to some people where they just are like, oh, life's boring. Like they don't have any experiences like this. I'm like, bitch, open your eyes. Every day some crazy shit like this happens. To me, at least. Just like we're talking about the car crashes and stuff. We could talk car crash stories all day. I have so many in my head. I saw a semi truck hit an electric pole and just go up in it.
Ugh.
I mean, it's just like open your eyes. Driving is dangerous.
A few months ago, I ran over a deer. I just see a trail of blood. Like, and a half a second later, I'm running over a dead deer.
Hell yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, like life is. I feel like some people are like chaos lightning rods, though.
Okay.
Because I don't know, like some people don't have to look for it. It just like it's always there.
Yeah.
But some people just lead normal, safe lives.
Yeah, I kind of think I'm half lightning rod, because I definitely see a lot of weird shit where I'm like, why is this happening? Why is this? I'm like half lightning rod, because full lightning rod is like, I don't know. Just, I'm definitely not that though. I'm not full lightning.
Full lightning rod might not make it out.
Yeah, I'm not full lightning, but I got a little lightning in me. Man, car crashes, man. That one fucking kid, he was like gonna get drafted, I think, into the NBA in like a couple of months. He just fucking passed away from a car crash.
Oh wow.
I know. I just wanted to tamper the mood a little bit. You know what I mean? No. But yeah, it's definitely is crazy how we all drive in these mini tanks everywhere. We just have our own little couple 1,000-pound mobile that we just are flooring at 80 miles an hour on the rag, and we're just like kind of most of the time oblivious to the potential. Yeah. That's why I bought a truck, man. I was just like, you know what? If anyone's gonna be dying, it's gonna be the person hitting me or the person I hit. I'm not dying.
Yeah, that's a good way to be. I bought a Toyota Camry just because I was like, I'm going to save so much on gas, like driving everywhere doing comedy, then run over a deer.
Yeah, you're fucked. If you get hit, man, I'm sorry. That wasn't nice.
No, I did spin out. Like I forgot. I keep forgetting about this. I was driving like full speed. And I went to light a cigarette, and I look up, and the car in front of me, instead of braking, it just swerved out of the way. And the car in front of them had stopped. So I like hit the brake super hard, spin out into the middle. Like there's a ditch with grass in it between the two lanes. I spun out into the ditch, and then I was completely fine. Like this lady pulled over. She's like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I just like,
it's like, yeah, bitch.
Stood up, looked at my car. My car was fine. Got back in and just drove off.
Shit.
But
did you smoke the cigarette?
I couldn't find my lighter.
Oh, fucking A. And then nowadays we don't even have the fucking push button that gets hot.
Yeah, so
ashtrays.
I actually went and bought a new lighter right after that.
That's good.
But
Jesus Christ, man. I think we have a couple more super chats. Do we have any more super chats? We had that one down there. But is there one up here? What is the new baby's name? We'll hit that one. Can we get some move for Katt Williams? Can we get some move for Katt Williams? I wonder what that means. Do you have any idea?
I was talking to my grandma yesterday about Katt Williams because she was like, "Where did he go? What happened to him?"
He's still around.
Yeah, he was in Atlanta. I told her that was the last thing I saw him in, but she didn't know he got beat up by a 7th grader, so I showed her that video.
I vaguely remember hearing about this.
You didn't see it?
I don't think I saw this.
Oh, it was hilarious.
I want to fucking see that. There's video of him getting beat up. He got
choked out by a 7th grade wrestler or something.
Was on just like the side of a street?
No. He was talking to them, and then like I guess one of them pissed him off, so he just punches one, and he just got handled.
Katt punched him?
Yeah, he punched him. One of these crowded kids, and he just got titty fucked.
Jesus. Let's see what.
Like, I love Katt Williams.
Okay, here we go. There's the video right here.
No, it was the top one. It was the other one.
Is it?
It's not. That's not that one.
Okay.
Nah, it was.
There's this one.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll just like keep it to ourselves. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, this is a 5-minute video.
It happens like about halfway through where he punches the kid and then instantly gets.
Dude, he looks like he's just in the middle of a baseball diamond in Africa.
It's not a little past this.
What in the fuck? He's playing. Okay, so he's playing soccer with some kids.
Yeah, he
looks
punches one of the kids after this.
It looks like he's in. He's wearing goalie gloves. Cameraman's running. Oh, wow. This was posted in 2016.
Yeah, this happened a while ago.
Yeah, this happened a long time ago.
But he was like great in Atlanta. Like,
oh, dude.
he played the Alligator Man.
Another one. See, like, every time I talk about comedians that, like, have inspired me, you can never remember them all. Another great one. Katt Williams right here. I mean, dude, fucking legend. Still one of the best to do it. He still crushes it to this day.
He stands up. Oh yeah, like it's after he stands up.
All right, let's see it. Let's see this right here. All right, yeah, you can tell he's getting pissed off. Let's see. There's a dude taking a selfie with him. Man, Katt's hair has definitely seen better days. Oh, he just sucker punched him. Katt Williams just sucker punched this kid right in the face. Kicked him. Double kicked. The kid grabs him by the back. Now he's got him in a rear naked choke. Katt fought his way out, but the boy got it back again. He got him back in the choke. Katt is getting choked out from this little kid. And honestly...
They broke it up quick, though.
They broke it up quick, but honestly, there's nothing wrong with that kid. He got punched in the face from a grown man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I
that's
love
all
Katt Williams, but like that wasn't a good look.
Dude, no, that's not a good look at all. I'm surprised he actually didn't go to jail for that. Like, I don't think you're allowed to punch kids.
You should be able to punch kids, though. Like, imagine if you went to school when they could still hit kids, because they could hit kids. Like first of all, swim naked. They could hit kids too.
Yeah, they could make you swim naked and then hit you after if you didn't want to swim naked.
Yeah.
You know, who else? D.L. Hughley. He, have you seen his insurance commercials?
I don't think I have.
See, okay, so I tried to do a joke about this, but nobody has seen the commercials besides me, obviously.
I don't watch TV anymore.
I know, I think that's how everyone is. Because anytime I tried this joke, it just fucking falls right on its ass. Nobody sees it, I guess. But he does this car insurance commercial, okay? D.L. fucking Hughley, a comedian, all right? I know nowadays he's, like, definitely more, like, political and such, but he's a comedian. Like, that's what, at least in my eyes, he's a fucking comedian. And he doesn't make a joke the entire commercial. He's very serious. Financial recompensation. Like, he's just like, have you been injured or recently been in a wreck? Or if so, you may be subdued to financial recompensation. Like, shit like that. And he's just, like, being serious. Do you not find anything wrong with that or funny about that?
I mean...
Not really?
I don't assume he's always going to try to be funny. Like, he's still a person. He's still an adult. It'd be kind of annoying, honestly, if, like, you're just trying to be funny all the time. All the time.
But insurance commercial. Comedian.
All the time? Insurance is not a funny matter. Insurance is serious.
So why are you hiring a comedian?
Because he's got experience being in front of a camera. You know, you want a familiar face to read off your
Obama.
Spiel.
Obama? Better. Way better.
Obama isn't as good as D.L. Hughley.
I don't know, man.
I like Obama. He's awesome, but I don't want Obama reading my insurance commercial. You know, at least like half of the people here hate him. You don't want to risk that. He's a polarizing figure. You know.
That's an interesting perspective.
What if your cousin got blown up by a drone?
That's true. That's an interesting perspective. No, that's actually a really good perspective because you're right. No one's gonna really hate DL. Unless you're kind of irrational, why would you hate DL? So no, yeah, you're right. Like it kind of does apply to a broad spectrum of people, but I don't know why. There's just something about it that made me think that it's just really funny to hire a comedian for an insurance commercial. But if you do look at it like that, it does make sense.
You ever watch a movie with a comedian and they're in a dramatic role? Jim Carrey is a good actor.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Adam Sandler is a good actor, right?
He does serious movies?
I mean, Uncut Gems is pretty serious.
Actually, you're right. That one's a good one, and then he does another one where he's like the shoe guy. He does
shoe guy?
Yeah, so like he plays a movie where he makes shoes.
Oh, never mind. You had me thinking of Goodfellas for a minute.
No, not Goodfellas. Not Goodfellas. He wasn't in that one. The
No.
the shoe fucking movie. What the fuck is it called when the shoemaker,
A cobbler?
Cobbler. Bingo.
A cobbler?
Yeah, that's the name of the movie. I think it's called The Cobbler by.
Cobbler.
Let's see this
I
shit.
know about the thief and the cobbler.
No, I think it's just called The Cobbler. Let's see this shit. Cobbler. Adam Sandler.
I don't want to see the Sandman cobble.
Sandman Cobble.
He'd be wasted cobbling.
It wasn't the best movie. Okay, yeah. See, I didn't make this shit
Oh,
up.
Method Man was in it.
Steve
Oh,
Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi. So, you know what? See, and this is why you can't be set in stone in any of your views. At least not many of them, because, you know what? You've changed my mind. I thought that it was completely ridiculous to hire a comedian, DL, in an insurance commercial. But you know what? You've changed my view, and I appreciate that. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you fucking ruined my life. That's all right. Tiffany McVicker, she comes in and she says, "What is the new baby's name?" She's talking about these 2 new Argus monitors that my dad surprised me with a couple days ago. Just these like cool little baby lizards. We haven't named them yet. So if you're wondering, we still haven't named them yet. I really want to name them something like perfect, or at least really good. They are kind of, they got a lot of neon yellow.
Okay.
So like spots of neon yellow. They have like neon stripes in the eyes. Kind of like a grayish green going on. Maybe a little bit of white. So there's a lot going on. They're very beautiful. That's why they're like some of my favorites. So now we have 2 babies. And yeah, I just can't think of anything to name them. Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
No, I don't know. There's just,
What gender are they?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. It's hard.
Do they get to choose?
I mean, if I'm support that, sure. If they want to be what they want to be, there's going to be a communication barrier though. That's going to be kind of hard for them to communicate that they don't agree with what gender they are. But, if we get Elon Musk Neuralink in there and then they can start like typing to us or something and they're like, "Hey, I want to be a female." Be like, "All right, you're a fucking girl now. It's fine."
Yeah, it worked with Stephen Hawking, I think. So he's not using the chair anymore.
Yeah, maybe we
You
can
just set him in the chair
Mhm.
and they start talking.
That's a really good point. I agree with that. Do you think that chair is in a museum or is it being recycled?
Well, what if he got buried in the chair though?
He might have had to bury him in the chair.
Because you think like if he ever comes back as a ghost gonna need a chair.
The ghost is gonna need a chair. The ghost isn't gonna be able to walk.
What if he was the chair this whole time? Oh wait, no, I'm doing it bit now.
No, but I do agree with that because haven't you? I feel like I've heard of ghosts in like hospitals in their wheelchair. You know what I mean? So like, why wouldn't Stephen Hawking's ghost be in his chair? Dude, that's fucking miserable to think about that.
Does the chair have a ghost of its own?
Mm-hmm. That would be miserable. All right, so you've been living like your whole life crippled, just and then you die, hoping for freedom. But really, you just are now a ghost in a chair. That's fucking shit, dude.
Yeah. Sequel to Ghost in the Shell.
I've never seen that one. What?
I went to go see the shitty live action one. I never saw the original, but the commercial looked cool, so I dragged my friends to go see it, and we all got high before it. And worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
I saw the newest Saw movie high. That was a fucked up one.
They're still cranking those out?
They're still cranking Saws out. This was probably like 3 years ago. It was fucking gruesome. I never watched the Saw movie before that.
Really?
No, have you?
Yeah, I watched the first few of them, but then they were like, "It's Saw '93."
Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah,
now.
there's like 60 of them. Do you think you would be able to survive? Like if you put yourself into a Saw scenario where you just kind of wake up and you're handcuffed to a wall there's a key over there. Like, do you think you would be able to get out, or would you break down and just die?
I don't know. I don't think that's something you can really know until
Yeah, you can.
faced it. You know, like the guy who had to cut off his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't really know if you're capable of that until you're faced with it.
But like theoretically, what do you think that you're strong enough?
Probably.
I think the same. I'm like, fuck, I would be able to get out of there.
Yeah.
I'll be able to get out of there. But like, let's put ourselves in it. Like, man, that would be horrible. Now, is it like a Cosby thing where you get like fucking Kobe'd with a little fucking pill and you're drinking your shit and then you wake up? Or do you get into a car accident and the person in the other car has been hunting you down, T-bones you on purpose to knock you out, straps you up? I mean, there's just all these questions.
I was saying they like bonk you over the head with like a big club.
Okay.
Just come up behind you and it's like bonk, and then you just like, and then you wake up in a saw machine. But I think like the thing is though, you'd be when faced with it though, it's not about whether you could handle the pain. I don't think it's about whether because your first thought would be like, oh, I could find another way out of this, and you might waste all your time with that thought process. And you wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to gouge out my own eyeball, because that's a last resort. But by the time you're willing to do it, it's too late to go back. Yeah. And you already fucked up, and then your head explodes or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That in the Saw movies, they usually like make you torture yourself to get out.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Because like, if you didn't know Saw movies existed at all, you just wake up. You're like, oh, there's a way I could get out of this for sure. There's got to be like I can just use this brain that got us, our species, this far to figure out how to get out of this without having to give up a limb.
Yeah. Have you like ever seen those like dark web videos of like real life Saw shit? Dude, it's bad, man. Like people, like the Saw movies are kind of like based around real events. Like people actually get kidnapped and tortured for live entertainment.
So I host a comedy writing workshop online. Okay. Like there's a bunch of hosts, but I host like 1 or 2 days a week normally.
Cool.
And there's this lady, she's a comic in Alabama, and she said her and her husband went to go buy a house in the middle of nowhere, and it was perfect. They had like, raised gardens, everything was nice. She looks down on the carpet. There's like a line on it, like she thought maybe someone set a dresser there for a long time. So she like starts picking at it. There's a trap door underneath. So she opens the door and it just leads down to this like concrete room underneath the house. She showed us pictures of it. There's like a bar coming out of the wall. And she said later she told people, and they're like, oh yeah, that's where they would chain a person to. And yeah, she said it led out into the master bedroom. And it was in a remote enough place where no one would be able to hear you scream if you screamed, but
bro, that shit gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she said she thought that like it might have been the house might have been on the Underground Railroad or something, but the house was built in the 90s.
Yeah, there's no Underground Railroad in the 90s.
And the reason they ended up not buying the house after all of that shit, she said, apparently whoever made the room, they cut into like the foundation or something, so it was fucking the house up too. So the house was like moving or something.
Jesus. I think about that sometimes, like how many people are like just kidnapped right now and getting tortured. If there's a God and he knows everything, he knows that number, right? Theoretically. How many people? It's probably thousands. That's horrible. That's crazy. How do we even get on this fucking dark ass topic? That's crazy.
Saw will do that to you.
Jesus Christ, man.
Let's just pretend they were opening up in a secret ballet school underground. That could be it.
That could be it. Maybe they were just maybe they just had a ballet school, and that's what the pole was for on the wall. The pipe on the wall was them for the balance. Yeah, that made life way better. Amber Jones hit us up and said, hey, Noah, hey, Bilal, happy you did another podcast tonight. Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Amber. Thanks for tuning in again, as always. And that is our only super chat as for now. Is there anything else you want to cover, man?
Not really. I mean,
not really.
I'm looking forward to next week in New York.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Shout that shit out. So what clubs are you going to and which dates?
Wednesday I'm supposed to be up at the comic strip next
Oh,
Wednesday,
shit.
and then Saturday I'm up at Broadway Comedy Club.
Awesome.
I'll be hitting other spots in between there, but that's where I'm at now. Then
Cool.
after that, off to Texas.
Off to Texas. And where could people follow you at, like on all platforms?
Oh, Instagram, you can follow me at Bilaal Swain, BILAALSWAIN.
Cool.
That is my name on Facebook with a space in it, and TikTok at Lock in a Sock.
Lock in a sock.
Lock in a Sock.
Cool. Man, that's what's up. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on, man. Hopefully it's a friendship that lasts long. You know what I mean? I mean, I know you're going off to Texas, but hopefully we can still stay in touch and see each other grow in this world that we're pursuing.
Yeah, I like the way you think, man.
Thank you.
Definitely be in touch.
I enjoy your company as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow my dad's doing Snake Talk episode 20, special episode 20. Tomorrow 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in for that. And then again, we'll have checking in on Wednesday and another Choices podcast on the next Friday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to follow Bilal. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you in the next one. Peace. Hell yeah.